Hey people, it's Halloween time, and you know what that means? It means that, well, the only thing that matters during Halloween time, and that's trick-or-treating. Now, my last year of trick-or-treating was 2015, and then I announced my retirement as being 5'10 and 14 years old now. I don't think a lot of people were going to be happy with me trick-or-treating. But, as a retired trick-or-treater, I figured I would give my advice to all of you young folk out there for when you go trick-or-treating. So, without further ado, let's get into this little video I made to show you guys how to do it. Did that scare you? I don't know. I'm not really good with scaring people because most of the time I get scared. It probably did, and I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. But let's get into the show. Do practice your route. Now, when you go trick-or-treating, you always need to practice your route because then you will never waste time getting confused on where you want to go next. Find out, where you're going ahead of time and practice what houses you're going to, what streets you're going down, because if you do, it will make things go a lot more faster when the big day comes to go trick-or-treating. Don't. Go with a lot of people who knows other people. Now, back when I was a wee little boy, we used to go trick-or-treating with my grandparents and my aunt and uncle. And because they know pretty much everybody in the town that I live in, because I kind of live in a small town, we would get to about 3 houses, we would stop, and, they would talk to these people that they knew for a good 15 minutes. And I would just sit there all bored because I couldn't leave because I was too young. And I would just sit there bored. And so they would finally stop talking, get to about another 3 houses, and then it would be the same cycle all over again. It was awful. Bring a bigger bucket each year, because you're going to get better at trick-or-treating each year, which means you're going to get more candy, and you don't ever want to overflow, because then you'll have to go back, and that will mean less candy. So you got to always bring a bigger bucket. You can start off with like a tiny little bucket, like that's normally what I held when I was like 3 or 4 or however old I was. But then I moved to a ginormous bucket, and it was a really good one. It held a lot of candy, and I became a candy champion. Don't. Don't go to a town you know absolutely nothing about. So when you go to a town, you gotta make sure it's your hometown, and so you have to know all of the people, know what they like to give you, and that it always helps. You know what kind of candy you're getting because you'll know those people's personalities, and if they like you, they might even give you more candy because you spend a lot of time with them. You'll get like the big candy bars. Yummy, yummy. Do put a candy meter on your bucket. This is a big one. You always got to put a candy meter on your bucket because that will let you know how good you are doing. I put one on mine. I drew one on my bucket, and I would always get to the top bar, which I named Jackpot. Once you get there, you know you did good trick-or-treating, and you're going to have enough candy to last you through Christmas. Don't go without working out your legs first. Because when you do that, you're going to be walking a lot. Unless you ride a bike, which I wouldn't recommend if you're going in a community which has houses that are 20 feet apart from each other. It's just not worth it. So you're going to probably end up walking. Don't go without working out your legs first because your legs are going to get tired and you're going to want to go back. Trust me, I know. This happened with my brother all the time, and he even plays soccer. Always go out in bad weather. if the weather is awful, always go out, because then nobody else will be out, and everybody who has candy will want to get rid of it so that they don't eat it all, and they will just give you handfuls. Trust me, living in Ohio, I've experienced some bad weather, and it's great when it's on trick-or-treating night, because then you'll go out, you'll get handfuls of candy, and you could hit that top line on your candy meter in about 45 minutes, and you'll still have another hour and 15 minutes to go. So trust me, always go out in bad weather. So yeah, that's about it. That is the end. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, or else this girl here will get you. And so that's about it. Bye.